For the best part of 10 years, I modelled this image of the resilient high achiever, but inside I felt like I was drowning. There was a time where my mother, my brother and I had to duck under a barbed wire fence and run across the paddock and let ourselves into our neighbour's home because we were not sure what he was going to do to us, and he was chasing us as we ran. And I still remember my mother's dress catching on the barbed wire fence and looking back and seeing my dad coming and thinking, are we going to get away? Is he going to catch us in this time? So I grew up in a home with a perpetrator of domestic violence, and I lived with that abuse really from the age of 10 through till 18. I lived in silence for a very long time. Everything changed for me when I made a decision to I quit my job, but really ended up getting fired. I was working at a bulk foods store, and I asked for a weekend off to go and volunteer as a photojournalist at a festival. And my boss wasn't very happy about that, so I lost my job. But looking back, it was the best decision I could have made, because at that festival, I started to learn about issues that were impacting women and girls, and I began to learn about things like human trafficking and domestic violence, and I suddenly felt this pull inside of me. But I will tell you that being in these red light districts, seeing what was happening, seeing the exact buildings where children had been rescued from, and walking into rooms of 13, 14 and 15-year-old girls and knowing that they had already been out of the industry for 2 to 3 years really puts things in perspective for you. Because these are the really critical things. And they may be something that's really important for you, or it may be someone in your life that you really want to help to understand these things. I was that chronic people pleaser, so I didn't know how to set boundaries, and I also didn't want to set them because I was so afraid of hurting anyone.
As a result, I went out into the world very emotionally damaged, no idea what boundaries were.
So I want to just take a few minutes to talk about some boundaries that we can put in place. A lot of us out here have kids, and a lot of those kids will be male, and we want them to be safe just like we want our daughters to be safe as well. So in Alex's story, if you suspect something, if you think that maybe there's something going on in your neighbour's house, or you think there's something going on with a work colleague, please don't keep that a secret. It is so much better to have a concern about something, to raise it and hopefully be wrong, than to say nothing and find out in time that perhaps, you could have helped in some small way, or that person's life could have been saved. These conversations are how we continue this ripple effect. And as I said, together we can make a change for our future generations.